Here it goes. Pull.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of MavAttack, the MavAttack double feature. If you're watching this video, odds are that another video has been uploaded simultaneously with this one, which is Hitman beta gameplay. So these are my impressions. That is the more fun, more gameplay-ish gameplay. You know what I'm saying? Visually, the game looks okay. The game looks good. You know, it's just what you would expect for a current generation game, not like a next generation game. And I would say that the graphics, it feels like, at least to me, that they kind of took a hit between the last Hitman game and this Hitman game. I don't know whether that's the whole episodic thing, but we're gonna get into the episodic thing as well. But I don't know. The graphics are just at its core, the gameplay, it feels like an episodic game, and this is really weird for me to say, because how does a game feel like an episodic game? Well, the structure of the missions, the way the inventory system is, just the way the gameplay, it feels very lackluster. It's difficult to explain it because the gameplay feels different. It feels different. It's smooth, moving around, walking around the environment, picking up items, using them. That all feels smooth and that all feels fine, but the menus, the inventory system, it feels weird. It feels different, and I can't exactly explain that feeling. Some things that I found that are a little wonky, a little janky. The left analog stick is to move your character, obviously, and the right is to move your camera, but when you click in on the left analog stick, it's to switch your shoulder, and the right analog stick is to crouch. Little things like that really bother me because left analog stick is movement. That should be to crouch also, and right analog stick is your camera. Why is your camera not switching from camera on that analog stick? That feels kind of backward. Now, the mission structure and the setups were cool. There were different ways, of course, in the similar Hitman fashion to assassinate your target. Although the game does feel like it holds your hand a lot. Like, it really guides you on where to go, and you'll see that in the gameplay video. Of course, I didn't have to follow what it was setting up for me and what it was guiding me to, but the simple fact that it's there, it's gonna hold your hand and guide you through. That was one of my bigger gripes with the last Hitman game, was that it held my hand too much. Now, there are options in the game where you can turn off your minimap, you can turn off your awareness meter or your sensor, you can turn off NPC icons, you can turn off a lot of stuff in the game, which gives it more of a classic Hitman feel, but at the same time, it still feels like it holds your hand too much, and it limits you on what you can do and where you can go. Now, it is more open area, so less like Hitman Absolution, and more like the older ones, but the ways to assassinate people, I didn't feel like there were a whole bunch of a slew of options. There were just like, you can do this, you can do that, you can do that, or you can just walk in and shoot him, and those are really the only few things that you can do. There are challenges for like each mission, and you can easily beat all the challenges for each mission within like 3 or 4 different little play sessions, which in the previous Hitman games, there were so many ways to attack these enemies, like so many ways to attack that like button, by the way. But what I'm talking is not all negative. The controls feel great. The AI responds accordingly to whatever is going on. And I like that once you have a disguise, in a certain disguise, like you're a worker, and the workers notice you, they'll be like, yo, you don't look like a fucking worker. That's always kind of been in Hitman, and I feel like that needs to stay in Hitman, especially the smart AI. The AI needs to be very, very smart, and I feel like they're pretty smart in this one. They kind of take notice of things, and they will try to chase you down if they feel like you're being suspicious or anything. So I feel like that's a great aspect that is coming back to the game. I like the controls as far as shooting goes, as far as throwing items or using items. That all feels great. The gameplay is just grounded. I never ran into a problem that restricted me from doing a certain thing, or you know, aside from the whole left analog stick switching shoulders and crouching thing. That thing kind of threw me off. I'm still trying to get used to it, but you know, that was the only gripe that I really had about the gameplay. There are certain areas where you can vault over objects that aren't really, you're not really sure whether you can vault or climb onto an object. The same with climbing up a pole or shimming onto a ledge. It's not so clear or defined for you at first until you figure out how to do it, and then it gets easier. But overall, so far, a few hours into this beta, this Hitman game is looking decent. It's looking very decent. It's looking like less linear than Absolution, but also a little more restricting. So I'm not sure, and especially with the episodic thing, I'm not sure how much playtime I'm going to get into each episode and then have to wait for the next step. I hate episodic games. I fucking hate episodic games, and I'm very glad and less concerned that the gameplay feels okay, because I was coming into this with a few concerns. I already came into this with a preconceived notion like this might not be a very good game. It's episodic. I don't know what their vision is with the game, where they're taking it, but it is a prequel to Agent 47's upbringing and how he became the master assassin that he ends up being. And also the fun gameplay makes a great return. You can assassinate your target in a few different ways, but of course stay tuned on MavAttack for a review of the game as well as plenty of gameplay, because this game just warrants so many different gameplay moments and opportunities, and so many different options to like do things your ways. But overall, Hitman first impressions, it's alright. Episodic kind of turns it off for me. But if you guys enjoyed this episode of MavAttack and these quick little impressions of the Hitman beta, tap that like button. I want to say thank you guys so very much for watching. All you He-Mavs stay rad, and all you She-Mavs stay fab, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of MavAttack. Motherfucker.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back.